Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to WFSO's top 10. So I was running out of stuff, talk about at the moment. It just like rattled my brain. It was like, okay, was there anything that I should like talk about? So I had an idea. It was like a last minute thing, just to think like, okay, maybe well, I'm gonna show y'all, my Funko Pop Marvel collection. I know there's a few like miscellaneous stuff that's in there. That's the families and some of it, yeah, it's few of these are Hazels, and then few of them are Mikes. So, but yeah, the majority of the Marvel ones are mine. So I guess you can tell, I'm a big like Marvel fan. Like I like DC too, but just more big on Marvel. So that's what I was growing up to. The first show from Marvel was like can't say RoboCop because it wasn't part of Marvel, but they was distribution like doing like comic books about RoboCop. So and Marvel was allowed to do that. So the show that really like got me big fan, but then again I didn't know it was based off of a comic book was X-Men. So it kept my interest every Saturday morning watching it. Then suddenly I found out oh, they had comic books about these guys. So you know, teenage years, I was collecting them. Like I wasn't getting as much, but then again, getting that. Then, they had the other shows, Spider Man, Iron Man, Fantastic Four, just a load of stuff. You still ain't getting my food. Like I said, y'all probably going to see this IV for like majority of from now till end of July, unless I'm at my son's house. But anyways, so I'll just talk about my top 10 favorite Marvel Funko Pops that I had got so far. Sorry for that, and got the neighbors, dogs like barking, but then again, the dogs I have do the same thing. So anyway, like I do got both sides, so I'm just gonna rarely look because I know the other side's gonna have majority of my vote. So right now I'm just looking like who's in my top 10, but it's not gonna be like in order. Just gonna be one of those like, yep. Um, of course, number one is none other than, if y'all can see right there, that's Last Stand Spider Man. The mask, the jacket, and the pants. Kind of like it was like kind of like his get up. I found out about the Last Stand Spider Man in a game. Well, it was an app of a game like it was a Spider Man game, and I forgot what the name is, but a while back I used to play it. Then if you like get like certain points, you can get a different Spider Man from a different. It was like a futuristic game. They meet all these Spider-Mans from the like past and future and like kind of like a multiverse thing. Um. So and yes, yeah, I did get the Spider-Man Last Stand recently. And it was a good call. So I did glad I got that. So normally if it was anything special edition of Wolverine, Captain America, or stuff like that, it just sucks that I couldn't find an Iron Man. Well, except for the is it in there or it could be on the other side? But yeah, but yeah, that Last Stand Spider Man, the latest one of my favorites. Oh yeah, Iron Hammer. So yeah, that was the closest thing I had from Iron Man was Iron Hammer. So if y'all not familiar with him, he is on the Marvel Future Fight game. So if y'all been playing that, good character, like an Iron Man suit with having like somewhat of a Thor's hammer. But that's pretty cool. But anyways, Last Stand Spider Man is in the top 10. Let's see, who else? Yeah, Spider-Man 2099 is in that list too. So, like I said, kind of, big Spider-Man fan as well. So I thought, that was pretty cool. The one I get, so it was just like I just saw it and it was like I had to have it. Sorry, y'all. Stay still. Why are you walking all over the place? I'm sorry, and I know you can see like the other side, but I think like on this side, them were the only. But like honorable mentions, the Magneto one from the X-Men movie. That was a good honorable mention. Although this Deadpool is not mine, it's the wife's, so honorable mention of that. Um, Scarlet Witch, when she was with Avengers. I think I got no, I think I just got that one. Okay. Um, let's see. I know there's a few more, but just some of them I just can't think right now. So those a few, of course, like Iron Hammer, another one. Then you have Captain Marvel. So those are like honorable mentions. So let's get to that other side. Here we go. So let's see. Because this side is mainly most of the good ones. Um, I would say the White Vision from WandaVision. That's on my list. Was lucky to get that one. I got that one at the like a collector store that was open. That we ended up hosting like a meet and greet for Bushwhacker Luke last year, and although it was sad, they had to close down because they did have success since we brung them in, but it was like the past maybe what a month and a half that they wasn't doing pretty good. So it kind of sucks. But I think probably one of the reasons why that place wasn't so successful that some of their prices on some of them stuff that they had was too high, and it's like you gotta wind it down some. Well, that's me. Um, so there's two Captain Americas. That is Sam Wilson's Captain America. Yeah, that one. That's from Yeah, that one's from Yeah, that's from Brave New World. So the recent movie. So I got that one, and I thought that was one of the best of them all that I got. So then got the one down there with the Falcon Winter Soldier when he first appeared, dressed up as Captain America. So I'm gonna get those a tie, and that's probably be number 7, number 6. This actually is the wife's. I did get it for her. Captain Marvel, not Captain Marvel, but Captain Carter. Sorry about that. Y'all probably saw, she was on Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Was good, but it kind of sucked. They just something just kill her off. But has been multiple appearance on the What If series that they had on Disney Plus, which I don't care what y'all say. I thought that was awesome, but because some people just can't have almost everything what they want. Just like seriously, they can't. Just need to calm down. Let's see. Okay, that's 6. Number 5. Oh, another one of the recent ones that I picked up was also X-23, which you would think they would have had that out last year, but they recently came out with the the Funko Pops of Deadpool and Wolverine and some of the cast. So there was Gambit and there was Blade, but hopefully sooner or later I will end up getting that Blade one. That'll probably be the final piece I can put up there because it is getting crowded on that wall, and I don't have much room left, and I know I need to start collecting some DC stuff. So I do have some DC stuff, and I ended up buying one yesterday. So we'll see. Sorry guys, I just gotta get my protein up. Hopefully I can work that out. So that's okay. I was just counting. So that's number five. Number four is Beast from X Men: The Last Stand. It was from that movie, and like I like the Beast, and I'm just glad they had that figure right there for for me to get it. So I was happy about that one, and yeah. So that's number four. This is gonna be crazy because the top two is gonna be Wolverine, but depends which one. But number three, Symbiote Suit Spider-Man. That they did recently release that one, and I was just surprised to see it because that was one of my favorites. Especially you had like the what was it, the Spider-Man animated series when they had the Venom Saga. Cause y'all probably know how the story is, that how end up getting the symbiote on him. So really don't need that much of a backstory. In case you do, on the anime series, ship at class crashed down back to New York that had that stuff, the symbiote stuff in there, and Spider Man ended up saving J. Jonah Jameson's son. I forgot what they called his name on there. Saved him. And I think he was fighting. I think it was Rhino, I believe. And suddenly, got some of the stuff on him. Then out of nowhere, it got home like sleeping and caught up in this dream. Like two things was like pulling him off. Then the symbiote ended up winning. Then you saw him in that suit. I know you also saw that on Spider-Man 3, and I guess they didn't want to do the same thing what they did with the animated series and also in the comics because the comics had that accurate suit right there as well. So I guess with Spider-Man 3 they did a little bit different. The exact normal suit that he's wearing is just covered in black, which I thought if they did a symbiote suit like that, it would have been way better than what we got for Spider-Man 3. Number two. As y'all can see, I got kind of like four Wolverines over here, but I'm gonna pick two of them, and it's gonna oh, hold on.
Maybe in flux. Big 12 Sports Stephanie Sutton joining us in studio with that new report. Steph, a lot to talk about today.
Yes, new reporting from ESPN today. For the first time in his career, Giannis is open to exploring playing for other teams.
The sources tell me for the first time in his 12-year NBA career, he's open-minded about whether his best fit is in Milwaukee or playing elsewhere and exploring what those options outside of Milwaukee look like. Is it sensible for him?
ESPN reports that Giannis is expected to be with the front office soon to hear about their plan about the future. It comes after a third straight first-round playoff exit. Giannis talked about his future after the end of the season last month.
So look, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. I know how this gonna, whatever I say, I know how it's gonna translate. I don't know, man. I wish I was still playing. I wish I was still like competing and going back to Milwaukee. I don't know.
He doesn't know. We don't seem to know, but Giannis does have 2 more years left on his contract. Of course,
exactly.
We'd love to see him stick around here in Milwaukee and win another championship. We'll see. We'll be lucky to have him.
That's why I hate like social media sports news with like ESPN. They claim they got some of these news about this. It's like the same song and dance with Giannis every single year. Ever since he won like MVP for the Bucks. Sorry. It's like the same song and dance, and like I'm not gonna worry about it right now until we hear from the horse's mouth. But anyway, sorry about that dragging along. Which Wolverine? Well, this one right here that shows the Days of Future Past comic book on the background. No, it's not a comic book, but I wish it was, because that backspace would have been gone. But yeah, we saw that at a, like me and the wife saw that at a Walmart, and I was like, I wanted to get it, but I'm just like, no, I don't think so. So she ended up checking the price for it, and it was like very cheap, like it was on sale. So I was surprised about the price. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get it. So that's number two, and the Weapon S is number one on my list. So everybody knows, I'm a big fan of Wolverine, and can collect as much stuff of him as I can, and even Mike had made a drawing of Wolverine that's on the side here. The '90s outfit, I would call it, because that's why I would start interested in X-Men. So yeah, the Weapon X one is number one for me. So anyway, that's my top 10 of the Marvel Funko Pops that I got. I'm gonna try to think of an idea for an episode next week. So I'm probably gonna have I have the whole week to think about it. So we'll see what I come up with. Also, I'm checking out other things that I'm looking around here. Because I know my wife got like a little bit of a Star Wars collection, and I know she wanted to be bigger. And of course, I got the Batman collection. Like only got like maybe 3 Batmans and 1 Batwing. So now I'm just looking at it now, just trying to figure out what. And plus, the DC stuff. I will do like a top 10 with DCs, but I don't have amount of. If you want to add like the Batmans, I probably have more than enough to do that. So probably be something to think about. So let's just say it'll be coming soon. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you liked today's video, please give it a like. We, do a lot of content when it comes to wrestling, comic book things, Milwaukee development. Yeah, I did say wrestling, but anyways, Milwaukee Bucks content as well. What I was just talking about with the Giannis situation. So it's like one of those things. Like I said, I ain't gonna say nothing until I hear it from the horse's mouth. So that's how rumors end up getting started, and they end up being salty about it. But anyways, please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to at least like 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're gonna try to like fix up and try to do some giveaways. So if you guys want to have us do like giveaways and stuff like that, please subscribe to the channel. It could be anything. It could be like Funko Pops, or it could be a game or something. Could be like some like merchandise or stuff like that. And and there's a few autographs that I have that I can do a giveaway with, but it all depends. So I got like some autographs, and maybe some of them I can do that in 2026 and give them away. So guys, just let me know on the comments too, what was your favorite Funko Pop out of this, or you have one that you didn't see that could be a favorite that you will want. Also, over 2,600 videos and counting, and a lot of content. So please check it out. One of the longest running YouTube channels on here. Let's see. So live action wrestling content, and also stuff like this and all the other stuff that I mentioned. Also check out the website where wrestling fans speak out.weebly.com. Upcoming events in the Midwest, videos like this. Also events that we were at, we took like pictures of. Either it was a wrestling event or it was Bucks event. So we did meet some players, and we did meet some wrestlers as well. Also, a lot of things that's going to be work on the website, so you get a chance, check it out. Thank our sponsors, Mike and Robin Thompson, and Midwest Wrestling Collectibles. So you're interested in like figures, like wrestling figures, and VHS on wrestling, and DVD on wrestling as well, you can go to them. Just look for Midwest Wrestling Collectibles on Facebook, and tell them Artrell sent you. But anyways, that's it for me. Also, this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. Please check on your people, and hey, sometimes check on me. suffering from mental illness myself. So but anyway, the most important thing is checking your friends and checking your family. They might need you when they don't realize it the most. So do that. So until the next video, you guys have a good one and see you later. Oops, I meant to close that. Sorry.